All right, guys, Ask a Felon back with another one, more rapid fire questions. So hit that subscribe button for me if you would, please. Was there ever a point when getting high wasn't fun anymore, but you kept doing it? Yep. That's when I realized that I was actually addicted. When it wasn't even fun to get high no more. Like I got high to keep from feeling like shit. So that was the that was the wake up call when I realized, damn, I'm addicted to this shit. Like I gotta have this or I feel this bad, and it was miserable. So yeah, the point was when I was shooting up. That's when I got to the point to where I'd get my spoon out and use the old cotton that I would use to filter it, and I would try to shoot up water and leftover shit. Like I was that bad to where I was trying just to. I thought just the shot of the needle was like soothe the craving I had. I would re-squeeze all my sponges, and then I'd refilter it again, and then I would shoot it up. That's how bad I was on the needle. Like sometimes just shooting up to shoot up. Didn't even have nothing in it. It was junk trash leftover, and I was trying to shoot it up, hoping I could get something out of it. So yeah, there was a point it got to where I wasn't even high. It wasn't even fun being high. For one, the Xanaxes, I take them because I got real bad anxiety. Like I'm one of the people. You talk about panic attacks and anxiety. That's bad for me. So the Xanaxes, they just calm me down. That's if I take them right. I start taking too many of them, then I turn into a whole different person. Like I black out, don't remember shit for days, and then when I come to, I get told all the crazy shit I've done, and it's like, man. So yeah, but the Xanaxes, sometimes I can walk around on them, and all it does is chill me out. But the withdrawal off them Xanaxes makes your anxiety 20 times worse when you're withdrawing from the Xanax, and you can have seizures. I've had seizures from them one time. I remember it was like probably 2 hours before I went to my doctor to get my refill, and I was pissed off about something. I just got off work, and I was withdrawing like a motherfucker. Done pushed through work all day, withdrawing, feeling like shit, feeling like I was about to have a seizure all day. And then I remember I went to go punch a light. We had a low ceiling fan, and I went to go punch that motherfucker because I was pissed about something. And next thing you know, I woke up, my tongue was all bloody. People was telling me, oh yeah, I had a seizure. It's okay, chill out. You had a seizure. So I went to my doctor right after that. It was time for my appointment to get my refill on my Xanax. I told him, I just had a seizure from not having them. So he upped my dosage and gave me more. But yeah, there was points in my time where I got high. Getting high wasn't even fun. I was doing it just to survive, pretty much. What's the biggest difference between wanting to get high and needing to get high? Well, like I just said, that's the biggest difference between wanting to get high. It's just you want to get because you're bored or you're just used to it. But needing to get high is because you're either experiencing withdrawals and you're feeling really, really bad, or you're that's the only thing it is. Your body aches, your whole head mentally, you feel like you ain't slept for days, which you probably hadn't slept for days if you're withdrawing. I mean, that was the first sign I knew. The first time I knew I was actually addicted to drugs was when I couldn't sleep for days. Like it would be 3 days that I couldn't go to sleep because my legs was bothering me and shit like that. And somebody I know who knew a lot about drugs was like, "Yeah, are you sure you ain't going through withdrawal?" I'm like, "No, man, I ain't addicted like that." But sure enough, that's what it was. I was definitely addicted that bad to where I was having the withdrawals. What did you do in jail to deal with the withdrawal? That's crazy because in jail, I don't know if it was just because I was in jail or what, but I ate sweets. I noticed when I was withdrawing in there, I slept and I ate sweets. Like I would smash a box of oatmeal cookies. I'd smash a box of nutty bars. I'd eat a bunch of chocolate. Like I was eating them ho hos and ding dongs all day. I don't know if it was like to me, it was the sugar was helping me somehow or what. But I do specifically remember that sweets seemed like it helped me for some reason. I don't know why, but it seemed like when I was in jail, in prison, I'd done been through the withdrawal stage once I went to prison. I did the withdrawal stage in jail. It took me about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And then once I got through past that in jail, then going to prison, at least I wasn't withdrawing when I went to prison. So yeah, with that, it's rough when you withdraw. I know that much. What's something you wish someone would have told you when you first started using how fast you can become addicted? I wish somebody would have told me how fast it happens. It's like you started doing them one day and then you do them for a week and then just doing them for a week straight. It's hard. It's hard to not do them. At least it was for me. Like I said, anything I talk about on here is my own experience. I ain't saying this is for everybody. I'm not speaking for anybody else but myself and how I felt, what I experienced and shit like that. So I don't want anybody out there to be like, oh, he's trying to say this and that. No, this is just my personal experience. What was harder, admitting you had a problem or getting clean? It was harder admitting. I mean, it was harder getting clean than admitting shit. I knew I had a problem. Like I said, I knew. It didn't take me long to realize I had a problem. When I didn't want to function and do anything without being high, then yeah, I knew I had a problem. I knew other people like that. There was, when I worked for a tree service company, there was people who wouldn't even get out of bed. He was so far gone. His girlfriend would get a hold of me every morning and be like, he ain't getting up to go to work because he ain't got no medicine. He ain't getting up to go to work because he ain't got his drugs. So I'd have to go down there and hook him up on something so he would get up and go to work because he was like a tree climber. I was the grounds person and he was the tree climber. So without him, we couldn't do no tree work. So I would have to get up and go down there and bring him like a shit ton of hydros because he was used to doing morphine and shit. So I'd have to bring him a shit ton of drugs just so he would. That was before I got into shooting up and shit. I just had hydros and Xanax and shit, and Soma. So I would bring him what I had just to give him a reason to get out of bed so we could go to work. What finally made you realize you weren't in control anymore? When I couldn't get up and go to work or get up and function without having my drugs. That's when I realized this shit's out of control. Like this shit's got a hold of me 100%. These drugs got one hell of a grip on me because I don't even want to wake up. Now, if I knew I had some medicine, I'd be like, cool, I'll wake up in a good mood, be all right to wake up. Cool, I got my drugs. If you ain't got no drugs to wake up to, you just want to sleep, stay asleep, keep on sleeping and sleeping. And if you do wake up, first thing you're doing is calling around. Hey, you got anything? Hey, you got anything? Hey, can you find me some of these? Hey, can you find this? Like that's what most of my day consisted of, was running around trying to find somebody who had something so I could get high because who I ran with was all druggies. So it was like, if you don't get to the drug dealer before they do, they're buying up all that shit. And then when they buy up all that shit, they're going to be stingy with it and they ain't going to want to come off of it to you. So it was like, you have to get up and beat the other drug heads to the drug dealer's house to get the drugs. When you were high, did you ever realize how different you were acting? No, not really. Because like when I got high, I wasn't getting so high that I was nodding out and couldn't. I mean, there was times I'd get to that point, but it was very, very few times I got to that. I got high to get speed and energy to go make money. That's what I did. When I got high, I was getting high to go make money. Anything involved around making money. That's what all I cared about when I got high. So it was like, cool, I'm going to wake up and shoot up this morning. I'm going to go roof this house. I'm going to come back and I'm going to shoot up and then I'm going to get high enough to where I can relax and nod out. It wasn't that I would be nodding out during the day. Now on the Xanax, yeah, I'd take too many of them and I wouldn't even realize. It would just hit me out of nowhere. It's like I remember up to a certain point and then boom, I don't remember shit after 12 o'clock on a Monday. And then I come to at 3 o'clock on a fucking Friday or something. So yeah, I don't think there was times that I ever realized how different I was acting. What was the first drug that changed your life? First drug that's changed my life, I think would have to be the prescription drugs, the hydros and the Xanax. Then was the first one that really had a big effect on me. Because before that, I was a drunk. I just stayed drunk. I didn't even like pills. I didn't like no other drug. I didn't even like smoking weed. Weed made me lazy. So I didn't like smoking weed. If I did smoke weed, I'd have to be drunk before I'd smoked it. Because if not, it just made me tired, lazy, and paranoid. So I was the type that always wanted the hydros, Adderall, Vyvanse, shit like that. Anything to keep any kind of speed. I never really messed with meth. I did meth a few times, but I never really cared for meth. I did crack a few times. I didn't really care. I'd rather do the coke than the crack. I'd rather have my coke up my nose than do the crack. Matter of fact, I have a hole through my nose from doing so much coke. I could stick my finger in right here and come out the other side from where I have a hole in my nose from too much coke. So the first drug that changed my life would have been the prescription drugs. I mean, I guess you could say alcohol started it, but not really, because even when I was on alcohol, I still would turn down hydros and shit. I'm like, nah, I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit. But with that being said, guys, that's all I got for this one. Please hit that like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to get into my story. I'm going to get back to my storytelling. I'm on part 2. I got part 1, my story part 1, my story part 2. Sometime this week, I'm going to go into my story part 3. So that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you're all having a good weekend. See ya.